There is the Mustang ready to come out on the circuit with Dick Johnson behind the wheel. It's rumbling through our commentary box floor at the moment. We've also got a bit of coolness out behind, including a NASCAR that we last saw on the streets of Surfers Paradise. And guess who's behind the wheel of this car?
Great to see the iconic open face helmet of Dick Johnson sitting inside that supercar. Let's have a look. That was Marcus Ambrose at the wheel of the NASCAR. And
Scotty McLaughlin towards the back of the field. Marcus Ambrose is back behind the wheel of a race car in Adelaide. We've got Dick Johnson mic'd up down there, ready to go on the track. Well, Dick, it's been a while since we've seen you out on the course here in Adelaide. You're looking forward to this one, no doubt.
Yeah, mate, looking good, mate. It's, yeah, looking forward to it, to be quite honest.
We're missing the sunnies. Where are the sunnies today?
Oh, it's a bit hot, mate, but I'm a Queenslander.
You must be proud of the development of this car and about to come out to this Adelaide street circuit.
Yeah, I am, mate. It's looking pretty good, actually.
Dick, it's great to see you on board there. Andy Jones chatting with you. I feel this is an absolute privilege. I used to sit at home and watch you chat in your DJRC era back in the day. It'd be great if you could talk us through your lap here.
Oh, mate, I'm having a bit of a trouble hearing you because these things are a bit noisy.
You don't look like you're having any trouble selecting gears there, Dick, and that smile on your face suggests that you're having an absolute ball.
Yeah, well, we'll just see what happens.
We'll let Dick Johnson focus on getting around here of this 3.22.
Yeah, I've been around here once or twice.
Yeah. We'll let you concentrate on this one.
And he's not afraid either there to get into the throttle as he goes through the staircase. So that's pretty cool. Haven't seen Dick so energetic in a long, long time. Now, this is Marcus Ambrose at the wheel of the NASCAR.
How good does it sound, that throaty V8 engine? And great to have a man who really dominated here in the mid-2000s for Stone Brothers back here on the streets of Adelaide. And just the noise of this Mustang NASCAR.
So we know that it has a V8 engine on board that car, very similar to the one that's in the supercar, but there's some subtle differences between these cars and our homegrown supercar. One thing with these is the body is actually a rolled 24-gauge aluminium panel body, whereas the supercar is made up of carbon composite panels. So very different in that respect. A lot of craftsmanship goes into building these cars, and the engine block in the car is actually a compacted graphite iron block, so still a standard one, but comes from a motorsport heritage rather than the standard one off the car, off the production line. Be very cool for Marcus to be back behind the wheel of that, I'm sure. Now, they do have some street-specific NASCARs versus the ones that they race on the ovals, and looking at the way that car's set up, there's no stagger in it, so you'd have to say it's a road course car.
It just sounds the business going past us here on the main straight. We saw a shot of Steve and Jill Johnson down in the pits watching Dick back out on the circuit here. And like you remarked earlier today, the first ever winner, and it was fittingly in the Mustang back in 1985 here at the support race at the Formula One Grand Prix. I just can't take my eyes off this NASCAR around the circuit though too. And just so cool to see Marcus Ambrose back behind the wheel of a race car.
And very much a different note coming out of the NASCAR. No muffler on that, so straight out exhaust system, whereas the muffler on the supercars makes it sound a little bit nicer when you're sitting in the grandstands. But that thing there, when he gets on the throttle hard, you can feel your heart rattling inside your chest, that's for sure.
Ryan Story's giving the crew down there at DJR Team Penske a 10-minute tools down break to watch these cars out. Now, Scott McLaughlin got the done deal here, didn't he, really? He's seeing the guys ahead out in the race cars, but he's certainly muscling this road-going Mustang around the course.
Well, like we said before, I think Dick just pulled rank on him, didn't he, and said, you know what, I'm going to take that thing and you can have the road-going version. And sort of, when you're the guy in the road-going Mustang, that's not a bad deal.
Nothing wrong with it.
Fabian looking on, going, hang on a sec, how 4 into 3 hasn't worked out too well here, and he's watching from the sidelines.
And don't tell me he's not trying McLaughlin down here at turn 9. Well, the boss and the former two-time champion are light years ahead around this circuit. Just so cool to have Ford Performance back in the sport as well in the Virgin Australia Supercars Championship. Goes by to complete another lap.
They really have a presence, don't they? You know, we went down to the garage where this Mustang that Scott is driving is housed and the NASCAR is housed, and everything in that garage screams Ford Performance, and it's beautifully presented. It's great to have them in the pit lane.
Hey Murph, you're down in pit lane right now. Very jealous you get to hear the rumble of not only the Mustang, but the Mustang NASCAR as well.
Yeah, absolutely. But I'm also with the wife of the very young man driving the supercar at the moment, Dick Johnson. Jill, are you more nervous than him or the other way?
I probably am. I don't know what to say. No, it's really good. He's been a little bit excited.
He has been a little excited. I spoke to him before and he had a very wry grin on his face about this whole thing. I mean, what kind of training has he been getting into?
A little bit of diet, he reckons.
Does he? He reckons, but it's not fact.
He was worried about not fitting in the seat, so he made it. He was okay.
That's good. Stephen, son of, he looks to be going all right. He's made a lot of apexes so far. So his eyes are obviously okay.
His eyes are good. There's a bit of a worry, and I was actually glad to see the checkered flag, but he's still got to make the inlet yet. So I'm just fingers crossed, and I'll go up there in a minute when he comes in. But just before he went in, he said, "Oh, do I need to hold full throttle to use the shift cut?" I said, "No. Just you can bolt through it any throttle.
Yeah, 10%
throttle that."
Yeah, that's great. It's good to see him out there. He was truly excited about this opportunity, wasn't he?
Oh, he was, and I think myself and my wife Bree and Mum and my sister's here as well, and I think we were a lot more nervous than him, to be honest. But he hasn't sat in a seat since 2008, and he only really did a couple laps, and before that it was 2000 at Queensland Raceway with me. So it's been a while for the young man.
It's been a while. He's done well. He's back in the lane.
Thanks to Greg Murphy down there. I wonder if we can get him to have a chat to Marcus at some point over the weekend here as well. They come back into the pits. Now, you made a very good point. This car's got the air conditioning. So
yeah, we spoke about it, didn't we?
there.
We said Scotty got the raw end of the deal, but I don't think he did. He's probably got the aircon in that car set to absolute max, while the other guys are all sweating and working pretty hard.
He's got the chills inside that road-going Mustang. Great to have Ford Performance supporting the Virgin Australia Supercars once again.